I got to ask you from a therapist standpoint, bring it in. Like, how does, from your lens, what's happening with our brains and bodies during deadline induced tension? I know you kind of touched upon it a little bit, but can you go a little deeper into what that looks like?
Sure. I think for when we are in periods of time of heightened tension, right? There's like a deadline that's coming. We're being asked multiple things, and oftentimes people can get a little bit overloaded with the amount of communication and maybe the amount of things that they're trying to complete in a particular period of time. And so when that occurs within our bodies, our brains can actually begin to interpret that as a threat. Now, most people, from an evolutionary standpoint, our versions of threat was like a mountain lion, right? Something that was going to actually eat you and cause you some physical harm. But because of evolution, that is not the only type of threat that our brain tags. It also tags threats to our identity, threats to our security, threats to our stability. And so when we are working within a team or we're working towards a particular deadline, and maybe the questions or asks or communications are starting to feel where people begin to personalize it and think, well, does this person think I'm incompetent? Does this person think that I'm not doing my job? Those kinds of thoughts ultimately reinforce the threat of an identity, right?